Hey everyone, it's Connor with Fountainhead Mechanical. I've got Tyler just behind me here who is helping me with the boilers today. Today we're going to be chatting about doing some mid-efficient boilers and kind of what they do for your guys' building in a multifamily residential setting. So there's many types of boilers that we can have, and they generally have the same outcome. It's to heat a media up to a certain temperature. And in our residential setting, it's in order to provide heat into your guys' units and to get you guys some heat during the winter months. We do have, like I was saying, multiple different types. So we've got an atmospheric, mid-efficient, which is what we're going to be focusing on here today. We've got high efficient, and then we also have a power burner type. This mid-efficient boiler is doing the heating. We do also have different heat exchangers that we can pick up, different boilers that have better heat exchangers for doing domestic water. But again, because this is just heating, this actually uses a steel heat exchanger, which isn't rated for domestic use. So just to kind of go over the difference between a domestic system and a heating system, a domestic system is something that we use for our showering, for cooking and doing maybe your cleaning and stuff like that. Our heating boilers though, that's what's going to provide heat to either your baseboard heating, your fan coil unit, or your in-floor heating to provide you guys that ambient air temperature that you're looking for so that you're not super cold in the winter months. One thing that this system has in particular is a Techmar controller. It's basically just the brains of the heating plant. So we have an outdoor air sensor that's actually tied into this unit, and when it hits 20 degrees, maybe 15 degrees, depending on what the set point is on this, it'll actually turn off our heating system. That way we are saving gas and electricity and everything that we need when we don't need heat in our building. So just going over some of the maintenance that we do throughout the year on these boilers. Once every 3 months-ish, we want to come in and we want to just do a quick check on it, check the flame signal, make sure that the flame looks good as well, taking a look at our filters, making sure that all our safeties are operational, making sure that there's no fault codes that may have appeared while we've been at different jobs and stuff, and while this thing's just been doing its job. It's really important that we do that on every 3 months. Once per year, we actually want to kind of open up this entire thing, and then we'll go through, we'll clean the heat exchanger, we'll clean the burner, clean the fan, do any dusting, make sure that all of the internal components are operating as they should and they look up to the manufacturer specifications. And then at that point, we can do a lot of recommendations for the building or for the boiler and give them, any parts that might be failing in the near future that they should get replaced, instead of the boiler failing and then us having to come in on a service call and replace them on the spot. We can be more preemptive with things.
So as Connor mentioned earlier, the boiler has multiple safety devices. We have 5 external safety devices, and we also have safety devices inside the unit. If one of these devices is not operational, the boiler will not start protecting the system from any kind of failure. We do this maintenance on a quarterly basis to ensure proper operation of the system.
So earlier in the video, I touched on a couple different types of boilers that we have. Now, unfortunately, this is a mid-efficient boiler, and as of January 1st, 2025, the Canadian government actually passed a new energy efficiency law. So anything that's above 300,000 BTUs up to 10 million BTUs, which a BTU is a British thermal unit, which basically means it's how much energy is required to heat 1 pound of water up 1 degree Fahrenheit. Again, this would be a mid-efficient, so you're looking at probably about the 81 to 85 efficiency rating, whereas our high efficient appliances are now in the 90 to 95% efficiency rating. So moving forward, we have to install new high efficient appliances just in order to stay with the current laws that are placed by the Canadian government.